Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. WTA rankings update. Iga Swiatek overtakes Coco Gauff for number 2 spot. Aryna Sabalenka keeps world number 1. One more week in tennis sees the WTA rankings update after the final major warm-up at the Cincinnati Open, with the women's field now shifting their focus to the US Open. At the top is Aryna Sabalenka with 11,225 points, who failed to defend her Cincinnati Open title, falling to Aryna Rybakina in the quarterfinals in a 1-6, 4-6 loss. The Belarusian will now be looking forward to the final major of the year to defend her 2024 US Open Championship and to go back-to-back. It will be especially important, seeing as she still has not won a Grand Slam this year, and would definitely like to take one as a statement for the consistency she has displayed in 2025. Following closely behind is new world number 2 Iga Swiatek, who stunned everyone in Cincinnati to win her maiden title there without dropping a set. Therefore, the Polish star rises up to world number 2 with 7,993 points and may fancy her chances to snatch that world number 1 spot heading into the US Open, despite the 3,232-point difference. Though unlikely, once the US Open points from last year are removed, Sabalenka will have 9,225 points and Swiatek will have 7,573 points. Meaning if the world number 1 crashes out early in the US Open and Iga manages to win the title, we will have a change in the rankings for that top spot. To avoid this from happening, Sabalenka will just need a quarterfinal finish at the US Open to completely stop Swiatek from stealing her number 1 ranking. Nevertheless, Swiatek still went up 1 place in the rankings, overtaking Coco Gauff, who fell down to 3rd due to only managing a quarterfinal finish before losing to Jasmine Paolini in a match that ended 6-2, 4-6, 3-6 to the Italian. The American may have seen a downturn in form after winning the French Open, but she should still be satisfied with her doubles form as she managed to clinch the women's doubles trophy at the Canadian Open with Kessler. Jessica Pegula and Mira Andreeva round up the top 5 with 4,903 and 4,733 points respectively. Looking at the rest of the top 10, Madison Keys is 6th with 4,699 points and a comfortable points cushion because of her Australian Open victory at the beginning of the year. Qin Wenjiang is 7th with 4,433 points. However, she will soon drop down the rankings as she is undergoing surgery on her elbow and has not stated when she will be back. One other change in the rankings was Jasmine Paolini, who rose up to 8th in the rankings because of her successful Cincinnati Open, where she made it to the finals and now has 4,116 points. She takes the place of the 4th highest American in the rankings and is now 9th in the world, Amanda Anisimova, who has 3,869 points. Closing out the top 10 is former Wimbledon champion and recent Cincinnati semi-finalist Aryna Rybakina, who fell to the eventual champion, Iga Swiatek. Varvara and Veronica rise, Avanesian falls. Some of the biggest risers in the WTA rankings this week were a few of the successors in Cincinnati. An example of this was Varvara Gracheva, who went through the qualifying of the Cincinnati Open and made it all the way into the quarterfinals of the tournament before falling to Veronika Kudermetova in a 1-6, 2-6 loss. The Frenchwoman is now back in the WTA top 100 and went from 103 in the world to world number 83. The previously aforementioned Veronika Kudermetova also saw a 10-place jump in the rankings as she made it into the semifinals of the tournament in Ohio. Originally number 36 in the world, the Russian is now 26th. Of course, while some of the biggest WTA stars rise, some experienced a bit of a fall in the rankings. Alina Avanesian saw the largest drop within the top 100, falling 26 places to world number 96 as she has been injured and unable to defend any of her North American hardcourt swing points from 2024. Additionally, Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova also saw a dip in the rankings as she lost in the second round of Cincinnati and was unable to replicate her quarterfinal feat from last year. She has fallen 11 spots in the WTA rankings, down to world number 44. With just days to go before the U.S. Open, the WTA landscape looks more open than ever. Sabalenka still controls the #1 ranking, but her cushion is not untouchable, and Swiatek arrives in New York riding fresh momentum after her flawless Cincinnati run. Adding Gauff's home court advantage, Paolini's breakthrough form, and Rybakina's steady presence, and the women's draw promises both unpredictability and high drama. For those chasing history, points, or redemption, Flushing Meadows will be the stage where 2025's defining stories are written. WTA rankings as of August 19, 25. Hashtag player age country PTS plus or minus. Last update, Tuesday, August 19, 2025 at 10:06 a.m. 1 Aryna Sabalenka 27 BLR 11225. 2 Iga Swiatek 24 PUL 7933 plus 1. 3 Coco Gauff 21 USA 78 74 minus 1. 4 Jessica Pegula 31 USA 4903. 5 Mira Andreeva 18 Russ 4733. 6 Madison Keys 30 USA 4699. 7 Qin Wenjung 22 CHN 4433. 8 Jasmine Paolini 29 ITA 4116 plus 1. 9 Amanda Anisimova 23 USA 3869 minus 1. 10 Elena Rybakina 26 KZ 3663. 11 Emma Navarro 24 USA 3095. 12 Carolina Muchova 28 CZ 2838 plus 2. 13 Alina Svitolina 30 UKR 2834. 14 Ekaterina Alexandrova 30 Russ 2786 plus 2. 15 Clara Tauson 22 DN 2781. 16 Paula Badosa 27 ESP 2564 minus 4. 17 Daria Kasakina 28 AUS 2361. 18 Belinda Bencic 28 SUI 2265 plus 1. 19 Ludmila Samsonova 26 Russ 2166 minus 1. 20 Beatrice Haddad Maya 29 BRA 2074 plus 1. 21 Elise Mertens 29 BL 2051 plus 1. 22 Diana Schneider 21 Russ 2036 minus 2. 23 Linda Noskova 20 CZ 1942. 24 Victoria Mboko 18 Can 1834. 25 Naomi Osaka 27 JPN 1779. 26 Veronika Kudermetova 28 Russ 1763 plus 10. 27 Yelena Ostapenko 28 LAT 1720 plus 3. 28 Sophia Kenin 26 USA 1708 plus 1. 29 Marta Kostuk 23 UKR 1656 minus 2. 30 Magdalena Freck 27 PUL 1626 minus 2. 31 Anna Kalinskaya 26 Russ 1582 plus 3. 32 Diana Yastremska 25 UKR 1559 minus 1. 33 Layla Fernandez 22 Can 1558 minus 7. 34 McCartney Kessler 26 USA 1530 minus 2. 35 Emma Raducanu 22 GBR 1426 plus 4. 36 Magda Lynette 33 PUL 1404 plus 4. 37 Sinyu Wang 23 Sichen 1398. 38 Rebecca Shramkova 28 SVK 1392. 39 Ashlyn Kruger 21 USA 1374 minus 4. 40 Jessica Bouzes Monero 22 ESP 1354 plus 2. 41 Olga Danilovic 24 SRB 1320 plus 2. 42 Maya Joint 19 AUS 1301 plus 2. 43 Tatiana Maria 38 JAR 1274 minus 2. 44 Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova 34 Russ 1244 minus 11. The top of the women's tennis world is shifting once again. In a landscape shaped by firepower, finesse, and mental steel, the WTA rankings have delivered yet another compelling twist. Iga Swiatek, Poland's clay court queen turned all-surface warrior, has leapfrogged Coco Gauff to reclaim the world #2 spot. At the summit, Aryna Sabalenka holds firm. Her grip on the #1 ranking is fierce as her trademark ground strokes. But this isn't just a numbers game. The rankings tell a story of resilience, rivalry, momentum, and the ever-swirling winds of change in women's tennis. Let's unpack the latest WTA rankings update and explore what it means for the stars of the game, their fans, and the fast-approaching final stretch of the season. Sabalenka. The relentless reign continues. It's easy to forget how volatile the #1 ranking used to be. Since the legendary era of Serena Williams, the WTA throne had become a game of musical chairs. Osaka, Barty, Halep, Pliskova, Swiatek, and others have all taken turns at the top. But now, Aryna Sabalenka seems determined to bring a new kind of stability, one defined by raw power and fierce consistency. After claiming the 2025 Australian Open and reaching at least the semifinals in every major tournament this year, Sabalenka has amassed a commanding lead in ranking points. Her performance in the summer hard court season, particularly a run to the final in Montreal and a strong showing in Cincinnati, has ensured she holds the top spot heading into the U.S. Open. And she's not just winning, she's dominating. Her aggressive baseline play, thunderous serves, and improved mental game, once a chink in her armor, are now the foundation of her dominance. The world #1 is no longer just a title for Sabalenka. It's an identity she's fully embraced. Swiatek's quiet comeback, the return of the artist. While Sabalenka brings fire, Iga Swiatek brings poetry. Her drop from #1 earlier this year felt like the end of an era. A string of early exits and surprising losses chipped away at her ranking, and for the first time since her breakout 2020 Roland Garros win, she looked human. But if 2025 has taught us anything, it's that Swiatek is not going quietly into the shadows. After regrouping during the clay season and successfully defending her title in Rome, Swiatek launched a summer campaign marked by precision and poise. Her win at the San Diego Open, a semifinal appearance in Montreal, and consistent deep runs in major tournaments have put her back into the top-tier conversation. In overtaking Coco Gauff for the world #2 ranking, Swiatek has sent a clear message. She's still a force to be reckoned with, and the fight for #1 is far from over. Coco Gauff, a learning curve, not a setback. For fans of American tennis, Coco Gauff's rise has been a thrilling spectacle. The reigning U.S. Open champion and world #3 has had a remarkable 12 months, from her Grand Slam breakthrough in New York to becoming a marketing icon and fan favorite around the globe. Her blend of power, athleticism, and maturity far beyond her years has drawn comparisons to Serena and Venus. But the climb to the top is never a straight line. After a solid start to 2025, Gauff has faced tough losses, including early exits in the European clay season and a quarterfinal loss in Montreal that cost her vital ranking points. While her game continues to evolve, especially her once vulnerable forehand, the pressure of expectation is a battle she's learning to navigate. Her slip to #3 isn't a fall from grace. It's a checkpoint on a journey still unfolding. The good news? Gauff is still just 21. The tennis world hasn't even seen her final form. The Big Three rivalry, a new era emerges. In many ways, Swiatek, Sabalenka, and Gauff represent the modern WTA trifecta. Sabalenka, the power hitter with an iron will. Swiatek, the cerebral tactician with clay court artistry. Gauff, the youthful phenom combining speed, heart, and grit. Their battles this year have lit up stadiums and headlines alike. Fans have begun to whisper about a new Big Three, not as a copy of the Federer-Nadal-Djokovic era, but as a fresh, uniquely WTA dynamic. Each has a distinct style. Each has their own fan base. Each is young, hungry, and still rising. And each wants the same thing, the #1 spot. What comes next? The road to the U.S. Open. With the final Grand Slam of the year on the horizon, the rankings battle is far from over. Sabalenka needs to defend her points from last year's U.S. Open final. Swiatek could leap to #1 with a strong Flushing Meadows campaign and a Sabalenka stumble. Gauff, defending her 2024 title, faces massive pressure to retain points and form. Add to that a supporting cast of rising stars, Elena Rybakina, Jessica Pegula, Ons Jabeur, and Maria Sakkari, and the U.S. Open could be a cauldron of surprises. Don't be shocked if the #1 ranking shifts again before the year is out. Beyond numbers, what the rankings don't show. While the rankings provide a snapshot of performance, They don't tell the whole story. They don't show how Swiatek rebuilt her confidence after a shaky spring. They don't show how Gauff handled the weight of a nation's expectations. They don't capture the hours Sabalenka spent refining her mental game, the heartbreak of her near misses, or the pride she now carries as the world's best. In truth, the real rankings are found in locker rooms, in long flights between continents, in tears behind closed doors, and in the roar of fans who cheer not just for winners, but for warriors. Final thoughts: the beauty of the battle. The WTA in 2025 is not just alive, it's electric. Sabalenka's rule is thrilling, but not guaranteed. Swiatek's return is elegant, but incomplete. Gauff's youth is powerful, but raw. Together, they are writing a chapter in women's tennis that might be remembered for decades. And that's the beauty of it. The rankings will change. Trophies will be lifted, and others will fall. But the passion, rivalry, and pursuit of greatness, that's forever. As the U.S. Open draws near and the hard-court season heats up, one thing is clear: the race for the top is far from over. And we, the fans, are lucky enough to witness it all.